Hey guys, so welcome back to the Knitting Expat Podcast channel. My name's Mina and this is going to be a bit of a weekend vlog, or a long weekend vlog. If you've watched my last episode, you'll know that I'm going back to New York and I'm going this weekend. So I'm going today actually. Today's Thursday the 14th of June and I'm going for 4 or 5 days. I'll get back, I leave Monday night and I get back Tuesday morning. So I'm currently in London with my family and little Layla's just running around the bedroom. I'm in my bedroom right now. And yeah, here she is. Yeah. You're trying to get up? Okay, come here. There we go. Yeah. Is that fishies? Yeah, that way. Well done. Anyway, yes, so I'm leaving today, this afternoon, and so I'm home at the moment with Layla, enjoying our last couple of hours before I go away. This is the first time I'm leaving her to travel internationally. I've only left her once before, and that was for a couple of nights just to go to a friend's hen party. And so yeah, this is the longest I'll have been away from her, 5 days. I'm a little bit anxious, but I know she'll be fine. And yeah, I just wanted to do a quick check-in before the trip started. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna do this today, but yeah, I will be filming little bits here and there on my travels. And yeah, so I thought I'd film a little bit this morning while I'm home with Layla, so you guys get to see her for a little bit, because she's not really gonna be in this vlog that much. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing, but anyway, I had a couple of things I wanted to show you before I go. My bags are all packed, they're downstairs, ready to go, and yes, I thought I'd just do a bit of a check-in, so I'll let you guys know what the plan is. So I've already mentioned on the podcast, and it'll be too late by the time you guys see this video, but I'm doing a de-stash this weekend, so I will be taking you through with me whilst I organise and figure out what I'm getting rid of yarn-wise. And not because I want to, and not because I don't like it anymore. I love my entire stash, and I did a bit of a culling last year, but to be honest, I you know, we're putting a lot of our stuff into storage, and there's only so much stuff I can bring back with me on this trip. And Layla's just digging through the laundry basket. It's fine. It's just, if you keep pulling, it will come out. So as I was saying, I need to sort of de-stash and sort of reduce the amount of my my yarn stash at the moment. And to be honest, a lot of the stuff that I will be selling will be like mini skeins, scraps, leftovers, and some of my personal stash, because a lot of what I do now these days, other than vanilla socks, is design work. So to be honest, a lot of my personal stash is probably going to be sold, because I don't know when I'm going to get around to knitting it up. And like I said, it's not because I don't like it anymore or because I don't want to work with it. It's just because physically I don't have anywhere else to keep it. We need to put a lot of our stuff into storage, so I need to sort of downsize a lot in that regard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to catching up with some friends, hugging my little fluffy fur babies. I haven't seen them in almost 5 months. It's been far too long. I really miss them, and I'm just looking forward to getting a lot of kitty snuggles in tonight when I get there. And the other thing I wanted to show you was I finished this pair of socks, which I've been sharing on Instagram, and I need to take a photo of these now they're finished. They haven't been blocked yet, but these were socks I was knitting out of some hand spun from a friend of mine. Sorry, just making sure Layla hadn't grabbed anything dangerous. And so the hand spun fibre was from a Moon Rover Fibre Club, and it's beautiful sort of like blues and greens gradient. And my friend spun it up as a 3-ply, so she chain plied it to keep the gradient. She split the braid down the middle and spun them the same to get a matching gradient. And if you can't tell, I knit the socks up to be fraternal, like opposites, going in opposite directions. And I almost got to the end of the gradients. So I didn't quite, on the toe of this one, didn't quite make it to this dark teal section. And I made it to the sort of dark blue bit, but the dark blue goes quite a bit and it gets a bit darker. I didn't quite get to that bit either. But that's fine. These socks used exactly 100 grams of yarn, which is great. I still had about 40 grams left, so I could have made them quite a bit longer, but I wasn't entirely sure. I was doing them top down and I didn't want to run out of yarn. But I did cast on with 72 stitches, and then over the first sort of like 30-40 rows, I decreased out the extra stitches to get down to 64, because these do come up a lot higher on my leg than my usual socks. So I wanted to allow a little bit of extra space for those calf muscles. And yeah, so that's basically my knitting progress. I finished these last night. And I am working on a couple of more things. One is that sweater, the Out of the Primrose Yarn Company, which I'm working on. I actually ripped out the sleeve that I showed on the last podcast, and I've re-knit it, and I've decided to just go follow the same colour gradient, but do like the same colour blocks on the sleeves as I'm doing on the body, rather than doing it all in the darkest colour. It just looked too stark of a contrast. So something wasn't sitting right with me. So I've decided to do that. And so I've ripped out that sleeve and I've restarted it. And then I'm working on one more pair of socks, which is actually the last sock club pattern for the Cozy Sock Club, which will be coming out in December. And I'm so in love with it. I'm using Hue Loco yarn. I can't show it to you, one, because it's packed, and two, because it's an all over design that I've done on the front and back of the leg, so I can't really show you how the yarn is knitting up. I will be able to show you once I finish the foot, because I can show you the sole of the foot without giving away the pattern. But it's knitting up so beautifully, and I'm so happy with how this one is turning out. And it'll be perfect for those mini skein advent calendars, or any mini skeins that you have. They're great for like leftovers and scraps and stuff, because you can use as many or as few colours as you want. Sorry, she's just banging on the door. That's basically it for right now. I'm gonna go play with Layla for a bit before I have to go. Hey. Are you happy with yourself? Those are your nail clippers. You're using them. The straw. Fun. Yeah. Derek. Oh, your boys are so fluffy. Oh, honey bunnies. Hello. Hey guys, so made it to the apartment. It is pretty late now. I don't know what time it is, but it is like middle of the night for me back in London. It is almost 11 p.m. New York time, which is something like what, 4 a.m. London time. So I'm pretty tired right now. I'm about ready to go to bed, and been cuddling the boys. But so here you go. Here, let me grab him. Oh, buddy. Hello. 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 Oh, I miss this little fluffy nugget so much. Can't believe it's been so long since I last saw them. But anyway, I'm here now. The boys are doing good. Got lots of cuddles in after they were fed, of course. And Derek's just in a box under the table right now. I'm not going to bother him. And yeah, so just got in, did a quick check around, make sure everything was okay, nothing, no major issues. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go get into bed. Yeah, oh, the only other thing I wanted to mention was I actually finished a whole pair of socks today. You saw when I started the pair of socks this morning, or say this afternoon on the train on the way down to the station. And then I was waiting for my bag at baggage claim, and I finished the toe decreases. I still have the kitchen of the toe shut, but it's basically finished. And yeah, it's the first time in a while, in over 2 years, since I've actually knit a pair of socks in a day, like from start to finish in one day. So that was quite fun. And yeah, anyway, just one final little tidbit to share with you guys. I'll show you that. I'll show you those socks tomorrow morning. And or tomorrow at some point anyway. I gotta get going. I'm really tired. Alright, chat to you later. Bye. Morning guys, welcome. It is now Friday the 15th of June, and yeah, this actually feels very deja vu-esque. Like you haven't used to been doing this before we left New York. Anyway, good morning. It is 8 a.m. I've been up for a few hours already. I say up, I've been awake for a few hours. I've only been up for the last half an hour or so. And yeah, I just sort of had a quick little run around the apartment to see what needs to be done, and suddenly feeling very overwhelmed by all that needs to be done. Right now, I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all the stuff that has to be done. So I am going to go grab myself some coffee. It's a nice little coffee shop a couple of doors down, and come back, sit down, enjoy my coffee, and write a list. I always feel better after having written a list. It just helps me focus and prioritize what needs to be done and in what order. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll check in again later, I guess. So these are the socks I was telling you guys about. So you saw me cast these on yesterday on the train, on the underground on the way to Gatwick, and I pretty much knit them all yesterday. I did knit them all yesterday, and I was just ready to kitchen over the toes, but I was too tired to do that last night, and so I just did that this morning with my coffee. I've made my list. It's getting close to when I have to start getting ready to go take the boys to the vet. Home. You boys did so well in the taxis and at the vets. Yeah. The vet kept saying how they have really good temperaments, and they're very, very well behaved little boys, aren't you? yeah, so walking home after a trip to the post office. I have to drop off a bunch of return mail and pick up all the boxes. So yeah, fun times. Gotta go home and package that, well, figure out how I'm gonna bundle up stuff for sale and then do the de-stash. Alright, so I made it back home with my giant pile of boxes. We have a kitten over here, and Derek, I think, has gone downstairs. So yeah, we are ready to get started for this de-stash. It's going to take a bit longer than I expected originally, but I'm going to go pull out all my yarn from in there and go get the bag of de-stash stuff I set aside downstairs, and then come up here and organise everything, take everything out, decide what I'm keeping, what I'm de-stashing, and then start bundling it up, because I've decided I'm going to do bundles. Well, as much as possible. I'll probably have some single skeins as well, but let's see how this goes. So far we have progress. That is the tub of yarn that I'm keeping, and then we have, that was stuff I'd previously identified to be like de-stashed. This is stuff I've now added to my de-stash, along with more minis and stuff. And then I've got a couple of books here as well, and these are just the minis I'm keeping, so that's going to be all the minis I keep, plus that tub of yarn. That is now my stash, and everything else has to go. I realise it's been a while since I last checked in. I hadn't meant to leave it quite so long, but I just got busy with stuff. So the de-stash has happened. There are still a few items for sale. They're quite like sort of large bundles of stuff, so I think what I might do is, if they haven't sold by tomorrow, is I'll probably relist them but in smaller bundles. So yeah, so that might be a bit more manageable for people. And but otherwise the majority has now sold, which is good. So like I said, I'll relist the remaining tomorrow probably. And then yeah, now I've gotten changed into a nicer dress for the evening, and I'm off out to catch up with some friends for dinner. I have everything with me. I just need to grab my phone that's charging, and yeah, I'm heading down to going for dinner somewhere around Madison Square Park, and I can't remember the name of the place now, but I'll take you guys along with me. The boys are enjoying their dinner. They're being quite demanding. Made it back home, and yeah, it was a very lovely evening. So nice to catch up with the ladies and just have dinner and just hang out, chat and catch up. Yeah, all in all, a lovely evening. My wrist hurts a little bit now after all that lifting and stuff today, but that's okay. I will just have to try and take it a little bit easier tomorrow, not do too much heavy lifting, and give that wrist a break. I haven't actually knit anything today so far. It is gone 10 o'clock, and probably won't be knitting anymore today, I don't think. Not that I knit anything, I just kitchened some toes and that was about it. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready for bed soon, and yeah, I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, so it is Saturday the 16th of June. It is actually 12:30 in the afternoon. So it's been a while so far today. I haven't actually checked in yet, this is the first check-in. But yeah, I've been very busy this morning. I was up at 7 and just cracking on with stuff. Sorted out quite a few things. Cleaned up the apartment a little bit. We had a cleaner come by earlier just because it was really messy. So that was all sorted. I've packaged up all the packages, the yarn for the de-stash that I've done. Pretty much everything is sold now. There's only 2 packages left, which They have sold technically, but I'm just waiting for the invoices to be paid. Otherwise everything is ready to go, and I'm hoping those last 2 invoices get paid in the next 2 to 3 hours, because I'm hoping to run to the post office this afternoon instead of doing it on Monday. So if I could do it today, that would be amazing, because that's one less thing to do on Monday. And I'm already going to have to run to the thrift store to donate a bunch of stuff. So far I've got to be donated in Layla's crib. Then we have some stuff that being kept, potentially coming back to the UK, storage. This room has basically been sorted through now, and there's not much else for me to do in here until the boxes arrive for storage. The kitchen's been tidied up, so it looks a lot more presentable. What is that noise? Okay, so it turns out there's some sort of children's parade going on our street. So I will pop out in a minute and show you what that looks like. But as I was saying, just sort of finished tidying up a bit. Oh, this is what I was going to show you. The stroller of yarn packages. So turns out it was a pretty good idea leaving the stroller here, because now I have a way of getting all of this to the post office. Otherwise, without it, I don't know how I would have managed, to be perfectly honest. There's a whole lot of stuff in that, and I'm gonna look slightly odd shuffling that down the street later today. So it is 10 to 3 and I'm finally sitting down to have some lunch. I popped out to the cafe next door where I got my coffee this morning to get some lunch. They do these like rice bowls, and this one looks really good. I've never actually tried their food before, but that looks really good. I've got the chicken teriyaki rice bowl with avocado. It looks really, really yummy. I'm about to tuck into that because I'm really hungry. It's been a busy morning, but the apartment's looking really nice now, which is nice. And I'm gonna get cracking with that before Hugo tucks into my food. Hey guys, I thought I'd check in again. It's been a couple more hours since I last talked to you. I'm still sat here in my corner by the dining table with my little Derek buddy behind me there. Hey, you getting hungry? It's almost dinner time. So yeah, I've just been doing a bit of knitting, just relaxing. I didn't try to go to the post office in the end. I just realised it'd be too much of a rush and I probably wouldn't have enough time there to get everything mailed out. I'd still have to go again on Monday, so I thought I would just do it all on Monday instead. I'm working on a sock design. I'm on the foot now, so I can show you the bottom. It's really fun. I'm loving how this one is knitting up, and it's all mini skeins, so it's a really great scrappy project. This is actually for the December club pattern, so it's for the Cozy Sock Club. So it's the last pattern for the year, and I'm using mini skeins because the idea is that you can use it with, if you do those advent calendars, the Christmas advent calendars, they're perfect for that. You can use as few or as many as you want, like different colours. You don't have to use minis, obviously. You can use scraps, you can use leftovers, you can just use 2 full skeins and alternate to get a 2-colour stripe, or you know, do whatever you want with it basically. But the concept is something that works well with scraps for minis to just add a fun bit of texture, but it's still a lot of plain knitting. And yeah, I'm really enjoying how it's working up. And the only downside to using all the minis is there are a ton of ends at the end of it, but I think the effect is completely worth it. So there's that. final check-in before I turn in for the night. It is almost 11 p.m. I think I'm about ready for bed. I've still got Derek hanging out here, belly up. Anyway, so last little check-in before I go to bed. I finished one of the socks from the pair that I'm working on and woven in all the ends on that scrappy sock. It was a lot of ends, but I wove in half of them as I went along, so it wasn't too bad. And yeah, so that's that really. I've just got the foot left on the other sock, and then that's about it. Tomorrow morning I should be getting delivery of boxes from the storage place that we're going to be using to store our stuff, so I can get started on packing stuff up. I've also got a friend coming around in the morning to hang out and just keep me company. She was supposed to come to dinner on Friday night but wasn't able to make it, so it'll be nice to catch up with her as well. And yeah, otherwise I don't have any other real plans for tomorrow other than to just get packing. Morning guys, it's bright and early Sunday morning and it's like 7:15. I'm heading out to get myself some coffee and some breakfast. Moving company or storage company that bring the boxes are coming sometime between 8 and 10 a.m, so I need to pop out now and then I'm just gonna head back. So I ended up having to go to Dunkin' Donuts because the coffee shop I wanted to go to was closed. So not the coffee I wanted, but coffee nonetheless. It's okay. I haven't had a Dunkin' in a long time. Can't remember the last time I had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But they're not my favourite, but it's fine. Alright, so the storage boxes have arrived. Probably far more than we actually need, but I figured better to be overly cautious than not have enough. I think it's time to start boxing stuff up. We will see how far I get today. Got my friend Tonya is going to be coming around sometime soon, and yeah, so I think we're just going to hang out and chat while I pack. Progress. I've filled up 7 of their boxes so far and gonna keep going. I've got lots of boxes to fill. Alright, so it is now later in the day. It's like gone 5 p.m. I think now, and I am pretty much done with the packing side of things. I think I've packed most of what I need to, if not all of it. Bins are full. There's still a bunch of stuff on the shelves and things. That's things that Perry needs to sort out when he gets back, and he's coming in a couple of weeks. I think I may have mentioned this before. He's going to be here when the boys actually get picked up to get taken back to the UK, and yeah, so I'm basically done for today, which is nice because I get to enjoy a nice relaxed evening without panicking about stuff. And it means my day tomorrow is going to be a little bit less hectic than I thought it would be. So my plan is tomorrow morning, get this stuff to the post office first thing in the morning when they open. Then I need to take a bunch of stuff to the charity shop that's just down the road. And then I can come back, pack my suitcases, if I don't do that tonight, which I probably won't. Pack my suitcases and then I'm done. And that's all I have left, so then I can enjoy the rest of my day, maybe get some work done, and yeah, so that's that. What I have left to do today is I need to Kitchener the toe on these socks. I thought I lost some stitches, but the needles are still in there. And then I've got some watermelon to snack on right now, and then I'll have some dinner later. And yeah, just sit down, enjoy a film or TV show or something. But look, it's so empty in here now. Cleared everything away, packed it all up, and yeah, ready to rock and roll. I feel a lot better for having done all of this and for this being sorted. It was feel less anxious now than I was before. But yeah, that's that. So all the ends are woven in. That's the second sock done. Really happy with that. I had quite a few comments on Instagram about how I weave in my ends on these sort of scrappy socks, because there were a ton of ends. 35 in total, if I'm not mistaken. About half were already woven in by the time I was finished, because when I knit them and I change colours, I hold the first end double when I'm knitting the first colour. Okay, I'm not explaining this right. I hold the first end double with the yarn as I'm knitting, and I leave the second end at the end when changing colours unwoven in. I don't use the same method for that, just because sometimes I get little gaps and stuff in the side of the sock when I change colours, and so I use that second end and weave it in manually at the end to make sure I close up any gaps and even out any tension. So it's really not that bad, to be honest. I had more than 35 ends to weave in. I had 35 ends to weave in after when I was finished. That's not counting the ones I wove in as I went. But it took me about 35 minutes, so that's about 1 minute per end, which I really don't think is that bad. And when you spend so much time knitting something and you put so much effort into it, really the finishing is just part of the process. So yeah, I kind of feel like if you're putting that much effort into it, then weaving in a few ends at the end shouldn't be that big of a deal. It shouldn't be treated with such negativity, I guess. I think you should just look at it as part of the process of knitting. It is something that needs to be done. There's not a lot of point dwelling on it. Just put on a film or a TV show and get on with it. It really doesn't take that much time in the grand scheme of things. I think it feels a lot bigger than it really is. Anyway, it's now almost 7 o'clock, so I'm going to crack on with getting some dinner together for myself. Nothing too fancy. I found some frozen meat in the freezer, so I took that out yesterday and that's now defrosted, so I'm going to have that and some vegetables. Pretty basic. And I'm going to feed the boys, so I'm just going to do that and then probably hang out, watch a film. I picked out skinny yarn to wind up the cast on some new socks tomorrow. And I just need to update my to-do list, so I make sure I don't forget any last minute things I need to do tomorrow before I leave. But other than that, I'm basically done. Morning guys, it is Monday the 18th of June, and yeah, I'm currently in what was Layla's room, all these boxes and stuff. But yeah, so I've been up for almost an hour now this morning. I'm just packing up my bags and making sure I can fit everything in that I wanted to fit in. It actually looks like I'm going to have more than enough space for everything I wanted to take back, which is good. I've packed one suitcase and I still have 2 or 3 kilos worth of space in that one, weight wise, and the other one I haven't weighed yet, but it's mostly yarn, so that also has plenty of space in it. So yeah, I'm just going to go run around, pack the last few little bits that I want to take back, see how heavy my bags are, see what else I can fit in to take home. Right, well, it's now 8 o'clock, which means the coffee shop is open, so I'm going to go get myself coffee. Oh, sorry, Hugo. Doesn't like the idea of me leaving, it seems. Okay, so I'm all caffeinated up and I'm ready to go. Got my stroller of yarny packages ready to go, and we're about to head off down to the post office. Alright, so that was a successful trip to the post office. I will admit, as weird as it felt walking to the post office with the stroller loaded up with packages, it is definitely weirder walking back with an empty stroller. It's like people are staring at me like, where's that baby gone? But yeah, anyway, just heading back now. Alright, it's been a while since I last checked in, but pretty much done now. Jeez, why is it so dark? There we go. I'm pretty much done now. I've finished packing my bags. So we're all packed, ready to go. I've took a bunch of stuff to the charity shop, the thrift store down the road, which was pretty good. And so what's left will be for Perry to deal with. Hugo is here taking a nap in my hand luggage. I feel bad about leaving them today, but I know they'll be fine and I'll see them again in a couple of weeks. Perry's going to be here not too long from now either, like next week, so it won't be for too long this time, and then they're coming home. Look at that little face, got a fuzzy face. He doesn't look too impressed. But yeah, so I packed everything I wanted to bring back first for myself and Layla, and then I actually ended up having a lot of space left, so I packed in a bunch of yarn, and then I went and grabbed more yarn and packed in even more yarn. So there's a lot of yarn coming home with me, which is nice. A lot of my stash will come back with me. Mostly sock yarns. I have a couple of others as well that aren't just sock yarns, but it's mostly going to be sock yarns for either gift socks or for myself, family, stuff like that. Not that I don't have enough yarn back in the UK either, but this just gives me more options and more flexibility. And like I said, I don't know how long we're going to be in the UK for, so what's left will go into storage. There is about maybe 3/4 of a tub of yarn, maybe a little bit less, more like 3/5 of a tub of yarn, just a little bit more than half of the tub is yarn of one of those like 70-litre plastic, like Rubbermaid tubs. That's going into storage along with all of my knitwear that was left behind in the US. I'm not bringing any of that back to the UK because I have enough knitwear in the UK at the moment to get by, and I'm knitting more samples and stuff with patterns coming up that I'm going to be fine on the knitwear front of things. So the rest can go into storage until we get back. I had thought about doing some work, but to be honest, I'm pretty tired and my back hurts quite a bit and I'm not really in the right brain space to work, which is really annoying because I really wanted to get some work done whilst I was here. But I will settle for answering some emails and getting some admin-y stuff done so I don't have to do as much of that when I get back. So I will be doing some work, but not the kind of work I was hoping for. I was hoping to have time to do some maths and work on some designs and stuff like that. Layla. Hey. Oh, Layla. Oh,
Ja, je bekende. Oh.
Is that your bunny? That used to be Daddy's bunny.
Still is Daddy's bunny. Bunny's on loan.
Daddy's letting Layla borrow bunny.
Layla. Oh.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, look.
Monkeys.
Morning guys. So today's Wednesday, I forget what day it is, the 20th I think of June, and I got back yesterday. I didn't do a proper check-in at all, to be honest. Yesterday was a bit of a blur. The flight itself was like fine, my seat wasn't particularly great and it wasn't very comfortable. I didn't sleep very well on the plane, which I didn't expect to, but still it was very uncomfortable. And actually by the time we landed I had like really bad back pain just because of the way I was sat. I don't know if you can hear that, it's just Layla playing by the stairs in the background. And then yeah, I got home. Layla was actually asleep when I got home, so I just went upstairs and had to lie down. So I didn't see her till later in the day. And then yeah, so I came down, I saw her, I filmed her little reaction, it was so cute. And yeah, and then so after, but my back was still really sore. I still felt really tired and really unwell. That's the other thing as well. It wasn't just being in pain, I was also not feeling great either. So I went back upstairs and I basically slept the rest of the day and the night. I was awake for a few hours overnight, but I basically slept since I got home. And then woke up this morning, don't know what time I got up, about 8-ish maybe this morning. So yeah, it's just, and I've not been feeling great this morning either, unfortunately. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think that flight absolutely destroyed my back, and now I'm just not feeling good for it. But yeah, now I'm back. All my luggage got back okay. I didn't do much knitting on the plane. I'm just past the heels on the pair of socks that I was working on, and yeah, I'm just like maybe 10 rows past the heel or something, so not that far into it. And yeah, so just having a quiet day at home with Layla today. Hey, you wanna come over and say hi? Little Layla's just ran and grabbed my brother's car keys and is playing with those. She was helping me unpack my suitcase earlier, which you might have seen. I've recorded a bit of that as well. It was really quite cute. What are you doing? All this to say, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's gonna be a busy couple of weeks. I have another hen party next weekend. One of my best friends, my other best friends, and then the weekend after is when the boys come back, and then the weekend after that we're going away with Perry's family for a few days, and then the following weekend is my friend's wedding, my other friend's wedding, whose hen party I went to last month. And then after that, I think we finally have one free weekend. So the next 3-4 weekends are pretty busy. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty hectic month coming up. Layla's climbing on top of everything these days. She's getting very, very agile, I think is probably the right word. I don't want to say naughty because she's not being naughty, she's just inquisitive, but I've got to go stop her before she tips the stroller. Alright, I'll chat to you guys later. Bye.